A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local Country Financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, here we go. Back at the second semifinal matchup, Tom Drake Coliseum, Cullman County Tournament. We got the Holly Pond Broncos, West Point Warriors. Coach Key, give us the starting lineups for both teams.
First, West Point's the visiting team with a 17-9 record. They're going to start Bryant Farley, number 2. Number 4, Will Wren. Number 22, Tanner Rusk. Number 25, Ryder Jones. And number 34, Levi Laney. For Holly Pond, number 1 in Class 3A, 22-4 record. Number 0, Cody Jones. Number 1, Bailey Smith. Number 14, Nathan Duke. Number 20, Drew Jones. And number 30, Austin Smith.
It's going to be interesting to watch the battle between Austin Smith and Ryder Jones, the two big men going at it. West Point student section here in full force. They're always loud here at Wallace.
West Point students are ready, and you know, West Point, a lot like Vinemont last game, got a lot of seniors, a lot of pride. They don't want to go out, but again, Holly Pond probably the favorite to win this. Very well should be, but right, they start 3 sophomores, and very good players though. You know, they don't play like sophomores.
Well, here we go. All right, Holly Pond gets the tip. Working now, looks like West Point starting out. Looks like a 2-3 matchup.
West Point's got more size.
Cody Jones hits the shot.
Holly Pond immediately full court pressure.
Holly Pond likes to play fast. Here's Ryder Jones now. West Point breaks the press. Out to Farley. Inside to Ryder Jones. Misses the shot. Cody Jones from Holly Pond clears the board. He's going to drive in, kicks it out. Drew Jones for 3. No good. Farley clears the rebound. Holly Pond is going to penetrate and shoot threes and shoot threes and shoot threes.
And a lot of pressure. Their defense is probably underestimated because everybody sees the points they score up. Their defenses, there it is there. It's always outstanding.
Jones rips it from Ryder Jones, and here comes Bailey Smith now, younger brother of Austin Smith. He drives in, kicks it to Smith. Drew Jones with a deep 3, and it's good. When they get hot.
Think about that. They're starting 2 Jones, 2 Smiths.
When they get hot, they can run you out of the gym quick. Here goes Ryder Jones underneath. He gets behind the defense. And West Point's on the board, 5-2.
You know, we eliminated by West Point the other night, but I would think West Point wouldn't want to get in a running game with Holly Pond.
Now, I'm sure that Coach Jones wants to try to make it a half-court game as Drew Jones takes another deep 3 and he hits it. 8-2, Holly Pond.
Drew Jones shoots from deep.
Not the most orthodox shot in the world, but he can shoot about as good as anybody I've ever seen.
Has a nice release. Just
here's West Point now against a Holly Pond press. Ryder Jones gets it ahead to Will Wren.
Will Wren shooting a three.
He got hot against y'all the other night, didn't he?
Yeah, he hit a lot of threes against Hansel. We tried to double down on the big Ryder Jones, and Will Wren says, thank you, I'll shoot the threes.
Here's Drew Jones with another three. That's three.
Look where he shot it from, Ryan. I mean, that's 25 feet from the goal. And it's not like this first time he's ever done that. That boy shoots from deep all the time.
He can shoot it. Randy Jones angrily calls a quick 30-second timeout as Holly Pond takes an 11-2 lead. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. We'll see now how West Point will respond. What do you think Coach Randy Jones is going to look to do to slow this game down and get it more in West Point's pace?
Well, anytime a team comes out hitting threes like they are, he's probably going to have to go man-to-man, and that's going to probably open things up for Austin Smith. But, you know, kind of pick your poison, and if they can shut the three down, they'll probably be the best thing to do at this point.
Here's West Point now, Tanner Rusk. To Wren at the top of the key. Farley's going to take a three. It's no good, and Cody Jones with another rebound. So here's Duke. Drives in, he misses the floater. Ryder Jones with the rebound.
Another turnover.
Outlet.
That's something Holly Pond's good at is, you know, if they don't get the steal, they kind of tend to force you to turn it over.
Goes off of Levi Laney, and here's Holly Pond now. Austin Smith has yet to take a shot, and it has not mattered.
11-2.
Here's his brother, Bailey. He's going to take a deep three. It's no good. Wren comes up with the rebound for West Point, and we're going to get a foul.
Will Wren with the rebound, draws the foul. Foul's on number 20, Drew Jones, his first, team first.
The big man, Ryder Jones, helping break the press for West Point. And we're going to get a travel. Good call.
He was looking ahead. Probably didn't make up his mind in time there, whether he wanted to throw it to Will or keep it himself.
Holly Pond a chance to extend their lead. 4.5 to go in the first quarter. Here's the sophomore, Bailey Smith. Down to Austin Smith, and he's going to get the foul and the bucket.
Kind of what I expected to see. West Point tries to match up man, and Austin Smith will take over.
I think a lot of people wondered how Kobe Adams' role would be filled this year, but I think Bailey Smith has done a great job filling his shoes. The sophomore. He's had a great year. Austin Smith completes the old-fashioned three-point play, 14-2 now. 4:15 to go in the first quarter.
I say this, Ryan, if you like to see people that can dunk the ball, keep watching the game and watch Austin Smith.
Ryder Jones gets blocked underneath from Austin Smith. But it'll stay with West Point. Wren to inbound under to go. Tanner Russ back to Wren.
That's how Holly Pond will look to trap when you get the ball on the sidelines. They do a good job with that.
West Point does not look comfortable at all in this game so far. They're trying to set up their half-court offense. Here's Ryder Jones underneath, and he gets the bucket. I believe that's the kind of possessions Randy Jones would like to have, to eat up some clock, slow the game down, and get a bucket underneath for Ryder Jones. Here's Drew, wide open three. It's good.
I've got Drew Jones with 4 threes already this first quarter.
I believe he's 4 for 5 from three. 17-4 Holly Pond. Here's Ryder Jones now. He's going to look to take it from the top, and
probably could have drew a foul there, but didn't get it.
Randy Jones upset wanting a foul on one end. Doesn't get it, but
Yeah, Coach
Bailey
Jones has a right to argue there. I mean, got contact on you, big man.
I agree. But good job by Bailey Smith on the other end drawing the foul. And it's 18-4 Holly Pond.
Bailey Smith, another left-handed shooter. Seems to see more left-handed players nowadays.
That's a good point. 19-4 now. Here comes West Point now against the Holly Pond press.
West Point needs to do something, get their student sections into it.
Oh.
And a good foul by Farley to stop the break.
Thought we was fixing to see a possible dunk from Austin Smith, but he went ahead and passed it up and was fouled anyway.
Bryant Farley, that was a nice play there to just slow the break down.
Checking in for the Warriors, number 10, Riley Rose.
That's the second on Farley. That's going to hurt West Point. He's their point guard.
Matt Cahoon is checked in for Holly Pond. Watch out for this kid when he comes in, number 24.
Yeah, he would start at most places.
Austin Smith with a deep three. It's no good. Drew Jones with the rebound underneath. Gets it to Cahoon. And we're going to have a foul on Will Wren. Holly Pond underneath now. Austin Smith to Cahoon. And he's pushed underneath. And he's going to go to the line to shoot two. Randy Jones getting really frustrated now.
Well, you know you're down 19-4. That's frustrating enough. And then you feel like the officials are going one way. It gets your blood pressure up in a hurry.
Had some calls that could go either way. Right now not going West Point's way, but
well, West Point going to have to look to attack here. This is a good drive by Vos.
Vos misses. He's fouled by Bailey Smith, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
But you see the aggression by Vos. That's West Point's going to have to keep that up to get the pace back in their favor. And Jones, I understand again, thinking he was shooting, didn't get the shooting foul.
It's on the floor, so it's West Point ball underneath. There's Tanner Rusk. We're going to move it around. Ryder Jones.
Russ needs to step up here for West Point. He's definitely capable of it. See him slash to the hoop.
Ryder Jones gets a lot of attention, but we have seen these guards for West Point step up and hit some big shots. We saw it the other night against y'all in the first round.
Yes.
Here's Tanner Russ now working against Drew Jones. He's going to kick it out. Vos with a three. It's no good. Austin Smith clears the rebound. Holly Pond looking to push now, up 16. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's Cahoon in the corner. Smith posting up on Ryder Jones. Good D from Jones, and Vos comes away with the rebound. And here's a foul on the other end on Cody Jones.
(20-4) now with 1:41 left in the first, and West Point having a hard time just getting across half court, but you know, Holly Pond does that to everybody.
Yeah, they do. That's why they're number 1 in 3A. Comes Tanner Russ to Wren in the corner. Pump fakes. Shot's no good. Bailey Smith with the rebound, and he's fouled by Vos.
You know, Ryan, I've also heard a lot of people say they could easily be undefeated. Their only losses has been to larger opponents.
Yeah, they got 2 losses to Cullman.
1 to Cold Springs.
Just a good team. It's safe to say they could compete on any level, too. I believe it was over Christmas they played, I believe it was 4 straight 6A teams, and beat 3 of them, might have won all 4. I know they beat our brother's team in Hartselle.
Yeah.
Drew Jones gets the loose ball, misses, and Austin Smith will be called for the foul. West Point crowd getting a little anxious now. They're wanting the calls, and they did get it though.
I'd like to see West Point move somebody on down into the front court here. That Holly Pond seems to really like it if you leave off of your players up in the front court. They seem to feast off of it. What's he got?
I believe he was about to call backcourt, and he realized that Ryder Jones had not got his full body in the front court yet, so he corrected himself. What we call a correctable error.
Yeah, not bad.
Good officiating. West Point, you just sense they have not yet just been able to get into their regular half-court offense. They're having such trouble with the press and this Holly Pond man-to-man defense. Here's Ryder Jones underneath, and he's blocked. Good defense down low. Here comes Bailey Smith. He's going to take a deep 3, and it's good. 23-4, Holly Pond. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Holly Pond shoots with such confidence every shot. Every player seems to be confident that it's going in, and you know how it is as former players yourself. That's huge, a confident level. West Point, all of them look frustrated. It's just first quarter. They got to keep their head in the game.
15 seconds to go, first quarter. Holly Pond up 23-4. They're going to look to add on to this lead here to wrap up the first quarter.
And I can tell you this, Holly Pond, they're looking for a 3-point shot here to end the quarter.
It's Cody Jones. He's going to drive and go all the way to the goal against Ryder Jones and finishes. And that's going to end your first quarter. Outstanding quarter from Holly Pond. They come out firing on all cylinders. They lead at 25-4 after the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back after these messages.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local country financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, we're back to start the second quarter. I'd like to once again thank Country Financial Lee Powell Agency for sponsoring us tonight as we get a quick foul on Holly Pond to start the second quarter. 25-4. Holly Pond. Coach Key, tell us real quick, what can West Point do to get back in this ball game?
Guard Drew Jones. The kids hit 4 3-pointers in the first quarter, and he shoots from 25 feet.
Wren gets a tough drive to the bucket and draws the foul. So,
and you know, I say guard the boy all the way to half court, because he's going to pull it. Will Wren now to the line. If Will can get going, he's a big scorer for West Point. If I'm West Point, I just got to think, hey, don't look at the score. Let's keep playing. Let's keep hammering. And, you know, they got Kobe Smith in the game now. super speed.
You know,
he can make a difference.
Our brother Farron says a lot in games like this, just win the quarter. Don't
win the quarter.
Just try to win the quarter and go from there.
Try to win each battle. You know, each possession's a battle, and the foul called there on West Point, you know.
That's going to send Cody Jones to the line now. We're 1-1. As Vos overplayed there and gets the foul. 25-6, Holly Pond.
In a game of basketball, around one player gets hot, it makes a huge difference. And West Point definitely has that capability.
Yeah, like I said, we saw the other night, they got some guys that can shoot. Ryder Jones ain't got settled into his game yet, but we'll see what they can get going here in the second quarter. 26-6 as Jones misses the second. Here's West Point now trying to set up their half-court offense. Holly Pond just pressuring all over the place. They get it to Wren. Here's Ryder Jones for three. He can shoot.
Yes, the big man.
He can step out and shoot. He knocks that one down, 26-9.
Jones with 7 points. And
we'll have a walk on Holly Pond. West Point forces a turnover.
And Ryder Jones has had a phenomenal career. Up for a lot of awards.
Good football player, too.
Good football player. Tell you the most impressive thing I've ever seen on Ryder, never missed a church service. 18 years, and he's never missed a church service.
That is impressive. Outstanding young man. Now Farley is fouled, and he'll go to the line. West Point will look to cut into this lead a little bit more. It's 26-9 right now, 6:55 to go, second quarter.
Bryant Farley on the line.
Grandson of Bobby Knowles, isn't that right?
Knowles. Officiating for probably close to 40 years.
Yeah, I believe it's about 40.
Apologize, Bobby, if it's only 35.
Still does a great job.
He does a great job. Great man.
26-11.
You know, I see Bobby's partner, Wayne Maynard, walking around here at Wallace.
He's always walking around here.
I'm telling you, this guy runs this place.
There's the turnover, Holly Pond now. So West Point looking to cut into that lead. They've got it down to 15, 6:41 to go.
Getting the ball back here. Just keep chipping away.
And you sense that Randy Jones is starting to slow the game down just a little bit, which is what he would like to do.
Yeah.
Farley misses, but here's Ryder Jones with the rebound and the putback.
Jones almost double digits already. He's going to keep battling. He's going to have to keep Holly Pond from hitting so many three-pointers. That was an unusual shot. Will Wren will take the ball.
Now here comes West Point now, down 13. Ryder Jones underneath.
That's nice.
And we got an 11-point ball game, 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
I said, that's the game of basketball. It's a game of runs, and West Point's on a run right now. They've started this second quarter on fire.
Here comes Cody Jones now.
It's 11-1 run.
What a follow by Austin Smith.
Austin puts a little stop to that run.
It's 28-15 now. Here's Farley.
That'll be a foul.
Behind.
That's a pushing foul, and nobody ever likes that call, but it's in the rule book. Trip from behind's a push, whether their hands is on them or not. It's just the way it is.
So Farley will go to the line for 1 and 1. And he misses. Austin Smith clears the rebound, and now here comes Cody Jones.
That's got to be, oh, they got a foul there. I thought he was fixing to get a jump ball.
We're going to get a foul on Ryder Jones.
Foul.
Both coaches getting intense with the refs here in the second quarter.
You know, got a championship game on the line.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a warning coming.
They've already played each other a couple of times, and both teams are really getting after it.
Something wrong with that, though. You expect coaches to be intense in games like this.
You know.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, nobody come to watch if it wasn't expecting a battle. You know, when I'm coaching, I always tell the boys, the best thing I can get from them is their best effort. If they give me a best effort, they're leaving some skin on the floor. They're scuffing some knees. If you don't play that way, I mean, what's the point in even playing, you know?
That's right.
Nice play by
and one.
Farley. Now, Ryan Farley missed a lot of the season. The last game of the year at Parker in football, broke some ribs in the game.
Wow.
Stayed in the hospital for a long time.
My goodness.
And now he's back out here performing. Looks as quick as ever.
Tough kid.
Farley connects on the second free throw.
So he gets the and one. It's 30-18 now. Holly Pond. Kobe Smith has been playing some big minutes here in the second quarter.
Using that speed he's got. And they call a foul there.
Good call.
I think the officials are really tightening up a little bit with the intensity the way it is.
This is going to be Landon Walker going to the line for Holly Pond. This will be a 1-and-1. He hits the first.
Landon don't get a lot of playing time, but when he does, he makes the most of it. Knocks both free throws down there.
Cahoon will check back in. 32-18 Holly Pond. 4:41 to go in the first half.
Again, look how all 10 players are in the front court.
Here's Wren now breaking the press. Gets it out to Vos. It's Wren on the wing. Wren hadn't had an open look all night.
And he turns it over.
Now he turns it over. Here comes Cody Jones with a Euro step. Pretty move. Back to a 16-point lead for Holly Pond.
Farley trying to get them to calm down, but Warriors are trying to push it up the floor. He's got Smith out up top. Let's see if he tries to take him off the dribble. Good defense there, but
here's a three from Wren, and it's good.
Well, we know firsthand that Wren can shoot if you leave him open.
It's a 34-21 game now. 3:45 to go in the first half. Knocked out of bounds from Vos. I think Randy Jones would have to be pleased with this second quarter so far. After being down 25-4, his team's definitely battled back here.
Oh, yeah. 17 to, 9 for West Point.
But we also know that Holly Pond can quickly get this back to 20 quick.
Good defense there by West Point. But let's see who he's got the foul on.
He did get drawn the charge.
Yeah, good job. Not sure who that was that took the charge there. Nice play.
Good defense from West Point. I believe he lowered his shoulder. Now it's 34-21.
Well, it's hard to get kids to step up there and take that charge, but pays dividends. Duke, Duke, that's one of the best things about Duke basketball. You'll see them guys take charges, all of them. Nice play by Smith and blocked by Smith.
Here comes Cody Jones the other way now to Drew Jones. He's going to take the photo of Kobe Smith all over him. That's what Mark Jackson calls good defense, better offense.
Yes. Drew Jones with a nice floater.
15-point lead for Holly Pond. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Here comes Farley for West Point. And I believe we're going to have an offensive foul on West Point. It's about to be a turnover anyway.
Not sure who the foul was on. It looks like they got on number 24. Kobe Smith.
Here comes Bailey Smith for Holly Pond. They're going to look to post up Austin. He kicks it back out. This is Duke driving all the way to the goal, missing.
Oh, Smith.
Smith with the follow. And he knocks it out of bounds.
Well, they had that summer league in Cullman this year, and Austin Smith put on a show with display of dunks. Wouldn't surprise me if he don't get one here tonight.
He had a nice putback against Hartselle here in the Christmas tournament.
Foul there on Duke from Holly Pond.
It's going to be a two-shot foul now. West Point in the double bonus. This is Will Wren.
A little short there. See Wren come up on his toes, and follow through.
He misses them both.
Will a little flat tonight.
Here comes Cahoon the other way. Cahoon's yet to really get going tonight, but we'll see what happens here towards the end of the first half. This is Smith down low, and he scores. Smith, another one. He can go inside and out.
Did you notice the way that Holly Pond, as soon as they score, they're automatically on defense?
Yes.
A lot of players want to take off running back down the other end, but
yeah, they don't take breaks.
No. They score and play defense.
We'll have a double dribble call there.
Turnover on
I believe that was the right call. Mitch Morris questioning over there, but yeah, he looked to cross it over, but hit his hand as he went across. 38-21 Holly Pond. Right at 2 minutes to go till halftime. We'll see if West Point can finish this half strong. It's been a better quarter for them, but they still find themselves down by 17. This is Wren, top of the key, back to Farley. Against the tight man-to-man defense from Holly Pond.
Cahoon gonna try to guard Ryder.
Ryder takes him all the way to the goal and misses. Battling for the rebound, goes back up strong.
Nice.
And draws the foul.
Good strength. That's big on big there. Big number 44, that's John Phillips. He come in to battle with Ryder.
So here goes Jones to the line now, looking to cut into the lead. He gets to first.
West Point, Holly Pond don't play in football, but I bet if they did, those big Phillips and Jones would have met up with each other somewhere down the line. Ryder hits them both.
Can we call Ryder a feeder school project?
Well, you know, I did promise Heath Yearwood we'd mention him and his Jones Chapel days, and how he dominated feeder school in his own mind.
Yeah, he did.
He knows Dallin was the dominant feeder school. Of course, in the 80s, we got to go back a few years.
Yeah, in my years it was Logan. That's knocked out of bounds. Still, it'll stay with West Point.
Randy coached Jones Chapel when he first started.
Yeah, against me. Beat us 3 times in 1 year.
Never been at West Point over 20
every game
years.
come down to the last second shot, and every time I missed it. West Point misses 3 here. Here comes Holly Pond the other way. It's Austin Smith called for the walk.
Drug his pivot foot. Holly Pond looks like they're going to back off here in the final 41 seconds, first half.
Yeah, with West Point in the double bonus, they don't want to get a cheap foul.
They won't back off a whole lot, but
they don't know what back off means.
Nope. Still going to play man-to-man. Guarantee you they still want to score here before the half.
This is Farley. Top to Wren. Inside to Tanner Rusk. Kicks it back out. Farley with a wide open 3. He misses.
Farley's not really their three-point shooter.
It's going to be a jump ball.
No, West Point likes to see Farley drive and see Wren and Laney and them shooting the threes from the outside, but At this point, they got to take what they can get, and Farley was open.
Here we go with 10 seconds left now. This will be the last possession.
They stay close to Drew Jones.
Down to 5. Jones being guarded closely. He's going to take the runner. Misses. And that'll be your first half. Holly Pond comes out dominating the first quarter. West Point with a better second quarter, but still find themselves down 38-23. Holly Pond with the lead as we hit halftime. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back with our stats right after this.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local country financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, welcome back. We're here at halftime, 38-23. West Point with the Holly Pond with the lead. Coach Key, give us a rundown of these first half statistics.
For Holly Pond, the leading scorer is Drew Jones. He had 4 threes in the first quarter, got 14 points. Cody Jones with 10, Bailey Smith with 5, Austin Smith with 7, and Landon Walker with 2 free throws. For West Point, leading scorer is Ryder Jones with 13, Will Wren with 5, Bryant Farley with 5. The big news is, it was huge deficit. What was it, 25-4 at the end of the first quarter for Holly Pond, but West Point responded with a 19-13 second quarter. So, West Point just needs to keep kind of chipping away and get themselves back in the ball game. It's 38-23 at the half.
It did seem like once West Point started breaking the press a little better in the second quarter and got the game slowed down a little bit. And I'm sure Holly Pond, got in some foul trouble. Both teams got in the bonus, so they had to back off a little bit. Like we said, Holly Pond is still in your face even when they're having to back up. But it did seem like West Point slowed the game down a little bit. How do you think they're going to come out second half and look to set the pace?
West Point won't change as far as still going to try to establish Ryder inside, but they need more people to contribute. I mean, they've only got 3 players, in the scorebook right now. And Holly Pond seems to be efficient offensively and defensively. So West Point, if I'm Coach Jones, I'm talking to some guys, getting in their faces saying, hey, let's take this ball to the rim.
Yeah.
And quit dribbling around so much, Let's take it to the hole.
Yeah. And he will. And like I said, Holly Pond, they got weapons all over the floor right now. West Point, they've really only got Farley, you got Wren, Ryder Jones. They ain't getting help from anybody else right now. So we'll see how they come out in the second half. We're going to take another break. We'll be right back after these messages.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local country financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, welcome back. Getting ready to start the second half here at Tom Drake Coliseum. Holly Pond leading 38-23 over West Point. Again, this game brought to you by Country Financial, Lee Powell Agency, WCQT TV 27. Here we go, West Point getting the ball to start the second half, trying to cut into this Holly Pond lead.
If I'm West Point, I want to score early, see if I can get my student sections awake. They took a little nap down there at halftime.
Yeah, they ain't had a chance to get into it quite yet, but we'll see what gets going on here in the second half. And we know Holly Pond would like to go ahead and get this thing extended. Get ready for tomorrow night.
Tristan Chambers sitting in there waiting on them, I'm sure. Josh Freeman. Coach Willoughby, I'm sure, up there taking good notes.
Here's a three from Russ, no good. It's rebound underneath.
Ryder Jones.
Laney, and he gets it to Ryder Jones, and he scores.
I would just said, I'm a man and get out of my way.
38-25. Here's Austin Smith up top and quickly gets to the rim around Ryder Jones.
That's like we was talking about the first half, Ryan. You just can't hardly play Holly Pond man-to-man with Austin Smith.
Yeah.
He just takes advantage of the man, and if he goes on, the Jones starts lighting up from three.
Remember Coach Wakefield earlier in the years talked about how he was a matchup nightmare.
Yes, he is.
Here's West Point now, posting up Ryder Jones. He's going up against Austin Smith. We're going to get a travel.
Well, I kind of thought the two would really go at each other a little bit more, but neither one of them's in foul trouble, really. Talking about Ryder Jones and Austin Smith.
Austin Smith's been rather quiet.
He's going to step out and shoot a three.
He misses here. But he's not had to do a whole lot as his teammates have had the game for him. Here comes Holly Pond the other way. The lob, and it'll be a foul on Tanner Rust. Austin Smith will go to the line.
You think he might have been lobbing that for a dunk, Ryan?
Yeah, I believe he was.
He tried to, anyway.
I think these Wallace State players in front of us would have liked to have seen it, too.
You know, players love dunks. They love blocks. Those coaches we just want to see them rebound and score.
Austin Smith hits the second, the son of Brian Smith. Another great player at Holly Pond. Another Church League brawler. Here's Will Wren going up, misses the shot. Austin Smith clears the rebound. Now he's coming the other way. He's going to kick it out to Cody Jones.
Pull that.
Misses. Ryder Jones with the rebound. Here comes West Point the other way. 6 minutes to go in the third. Down 42-25. Here's a scramble for the ball, and we're going to have a jump ball. It will go to Holly Pond. West Point playing a little sloppy here in the third quarter.
Rust looks a little frustrated, not getting his normal points. He's normally getting probably 10 points a game.
Yeah, he's been very quiet now. Like we said,
nice backdoor cut.
It's pretty pass from Bailey Smith. Like we said at the half, it's not been a lot of contributors for West Point so far tonight, and there's been plenty from Holly Pond, and that's been the difference. Here's West Point's main man, Ryder Jones. He drives in and draws the block. And he'll go to the line to shoot two. I believe that was the right call. Looked like he was still moving.
Coach Morris don't agree with the call, but, you know.
Like Ron Hayes used to say, every call you make, you're going to make 50% of the people happy and you're going to make 50% mad.
Holly Pond with a 19-point advantage, not too upset about it.
Ryder misses the first. He's a great shooting big man, Ryder is. Great touch on the ball. As he misses both. Now I've become the jinx guy.
That's uncharacteristic for Ryder. He usually hits free throws.
We go 5 minutes to go in the third. 19-point lead for Holly Pond, looking to extend now. Here's Austin Smith, drives, he's fouled by Ryder.
I believe that's Ryder's third foul. He'll have a hard time matching up with him if he's going to pull it outside the lane.
And he's getting around him with just a couple of dribbles too. He knows how to use his body and get to the go.
Like you said, the matchup nightmare. And who else would you put Ryder Jones on besides Austin Smith?
Smith hits them both. Extends it to a 21-point lead for Holly Pond and matches their largest of the night. Here's Ryder underneath.
Good cut.
And he misses the layup underneath.
Ryder maybe a little frustrated. He normally makes these.
Probably looking for some contact. He was wide open, but Austin Smith comes the other way and hits the shot.
You see what I'm talking about? You play zone on them first half. And they shoot the eyes out from three, and you go man to man, and Austin Smith takes over.
We can't say it enough. Matchup nightmare.
They're going to look for him again.
Just a rebound from Will Wren, looking to push the other way. As Holly Pond has their largest lead of the night at 23. Farley goes up and misses. Bailey Smith with the rebound now. The lefty looking to push. He kicks out to Cody Jones. Cody Jones will look to set up their offense now. Here's Austin Smith with the three, and it's good.
I'm sure Ryder's thinking right now, that gun, what am I going to do?
And folks, we've had the privilege of seeing two of the best players in the state play back-to-back, Tristan Chambers and now Austin Smith. Randy Jones going to call a timeout. 3:40 to go in the third quarter, 51-25. Holly Pond. We're going to take a break.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local Country Financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, we're back now. West Point finds themselves down by 26 after Holly Pond opens the third quarter on a 13-2 run. 51-25 here, 3.5 to go in the third quarter. We'll see if West Point's got a run in them. They get it underneath, and it's swatted away from by Austin Smith.
Austin just come from behind. I don't think Vos ever saw him coming.
Here's Holly Pond now, not in any hurry. They're setting it up. Here's Cahoon underneath. He goes up with the shot. No good. Rebound by Kobe Smith. Here comes Will Wren looking to push. Ryder loses underneath. Kobe Smith gets the loose ball.
West Point's going to have to start looking to shoot the 3 ball. Down big with only 2:50 left.
We got a foul on Farley on the other end. You know, I think we touched on earlier, as you watch this Holly Pond team play, this ain't just a good 3A team. They could play with anybody in the state. I truly believe that on any classification.
Well, like I've said before, their defense is what's underrated.
As Drew Jones hits another deep 3.
Because, I mean, you know, people see that, and that's a beautiful shot. But look at the defense that they're putting on this big West Point team. Only 25 points.
Yeah, you're right. And, I mean, you've not seen any good looks from West Point all night. They've had to scrap. They've worked hard for these 25 points. Just nothing's come easy. This Ryder drives in.
Warrior basket by number 25, Ryder Jones.
Holly Pond's got West Point doubled up here, 54-27, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here comes Austin Smith. He spins.
Nice play.
This is when we got a foul on Ryder Jones. I believe that's his 4th. Randy Jones not pleased with the call. Smith hits the first. Ryder Jones will have to sit here 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. West Point getting close to being down 30.
Ryder's the leading scorer on the night at 17 points. They've got 4 fouls right now.
Got 17 of their 27. We'll see if West Point can find some offense from anyone else now. There's Will Wren. He's yet to get going tonight after the big game in the first round. Here comes Farley. Misses at the rim. Cleared by Austin Smith. Here comes Cody Jones. Cody Jones. He's blocked by Tanner Rusk. Comes Wren the other way. Up against Smith. No good. Rebound Cahoon. And Holly Pond's got numbers on the other end. And we're going to get an easy layup, and it's a 30-point lead for Holly Pond.
Be careful of this. Right now, you know, I read the other night, 30-point rule does not apply during the tournament play.
I believe it does in county tournament. Not I believe it's postseason only.
So we're talking areas,
yeah.
Sub-regionals.
This is still considered a part of the regular season schedule. So it's postseason only.
Well, that'd be an advantage for West Point. Or a nightmare.
Yeah.
According to how you look at it, I guess.
Yeah, I believe they'll run it tonight if it's 30 and a 4th.
Will
here's
Wren says, I'm not done yet.
57-30, 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. We'll see if this West Point team has any fight left in them. As Cody Jones blows by Farley, almost throws it away. Drew Jones ends up with it. Here's Cahoon at the top. He's about the only Bronco that's been quiet tonight as he drives in and draws a foul from Will Wren.
It's Will Wren's second foul. Cahoon at the line.
For my Holly Pond buddies, Bryant Sparks and Josh Sellers are happy about this one. I have noticed something about Holly Pond guys too. If you're a Holly Pond guy, you stay a Holly Pond guy the rest of your life.
Gets in your blood and start winning.
Them guys, they bleed green and white.
Always thought winning seems to bond kids as much as anything.
Here's Kobe Smith now. Over to West Point running their flex offense. Is trying to get something going. They get Farley underneath. He'll go to the line for 2. That was the old Randall Jones flex offense. I remember that well.
Yeah. Randy take a few notes from his daddy.
Farley hits the first down. He'll miss the second. Cody Jones clears. And that'll do it. At the end of 3, Holly Pond 59, West Point 31 here at Tom Drake Coliseum. We'll be right back with the fourth quarter.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local country financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, we're back. 59-31 West Point. Excuse me, 59-31 Holly Pond leading West Point as we start the fourth quarter.
I'm sure Holly Pond
Farley gets the drive.
I was going to say, I'm sure the
West Point wouldn't throw it on the press.
a lot of the Holly Pond fans are thinking about Cold Springs already. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm sure they are. If this gets to 30, they'll hot clock it. And
Cold Springs
we'll be rolling
won the county championship last year over Holly Pond.
And you know, that was kind of when Cold Springs turned the corner last year, and ever since they've really been a contender. They were had a decent season last year, but when they upset Holly Pond here in the county tournament, that seemed to be what turned everybody's focus on them. And they've been carrying that momentum into this season. Like we said, they've had 2 big area wins over Tanner, who they're in the same area with this year, that they've always ran into at Wallace. So,
you know, the students at Cold Springs and Holly Pond, everybody said put on as much a show as the players did in the 2 battles they had.
Yeah.
Cold Springs even went as far as dressing up as ESPN commentators. Had their own booth.
Now, Cold Springs is another group that you went to Cold Springs. You go to Cold Springs and you're a Cold Springs fan till you die.
Well, like I said again, they're used to winning.
Yep.
Winning just makes you almost like blood brothers, you know. The rest of your life, you're going to talk about it, you're going to think about it. If you're losing, you don't want to talk about it anymore.
You know, Willoughby in his second year at Cold Springs and came in last year and won the county, but he spent a lot of time in Cullman County years ago.
Yes, he did.
He's very familiar.
You know, at Hanceville, we played Curry a couple of years ago, and he was coaching the varsity girls at Curry. And he said, man, I'd love to get back in Cullman County. And I think he's made the most of his opportunity there at Cold Springs.
He's done a great job. I believe he lost in the state championship game 5A at Sparkman to BC Rain. I think it was 1996, 97. Willoughby's been around. And he knows how to coach. But he will have his hands full tomorrow night with Holly Pond if this game continues to go the way it has so far.
And hey, you can't quit saying both teams ranked #1. You got #1 3A versus #1 2A. Anybody in the state of Alabama would like to see that matchup.
That's right. And we got it right here in Cullman County.
Tom Drake Coliseum, Ryan. I remember when it came here. 1992, was it? 93?
93. 92, the last year it was on campus, was at West Point.
I remember that. People sitting on the walls. It's one of the reasons they moved it here. It became a fire hazard.
Between 5,000 and 6,000 people there. And
who was in that championship game?
That was West Point and Fairview. Claiborne Campbell's West Point team against Wade Knight's Fairview team.
And Wade Knight's team won it in 92.
Wade Knight's won. That was our brother Robin, senior year at West Point. That was kind of a Cinderella story. Came out of nowhere and upset Keith Thrasher's Cold Springs team.
Yes.
And went on to lose to Wade Knight, Jeremy Gardner, all them in the championship game.
Wade Knight's a legend, Ryan.
Yeah, he is.
Hey, Danny Welber, coach at Good Hope. There's a legend there. He won the first championship here at Wallace State, 1993 with Good Hope.
Jody Maddox, Chris Murray, or Mary.
Jody Maddox.
I saw his daughter had a good game last night.
Jody's got a daughter playing for Good Hope.
Now West Point has cut this down to 20. 5.5 to go. And here's the youngster Bailey Smith at the line.
West Point last won the championship in 2012. Randy Jones' team. Some of these kids were on that team, won the championship.
That's right.
Farley, Jones.
You know, West Point had hit a drought there between 96 and, or between 86 with Willard Waldrop and Patrick Cleghorn. And it wasn't until, I believe it was 05, Coach Earwood's team come in here and finally won the county tournament. And now the new drought resides in Hanceville.
It does. Hadn't won it since 98, but you know who's got the second longest drought? Holly Pond Broncos.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? As good as they've been, they haven't won a county championship since 2002.
So you know they're going to be hungry to.
Chuck Gambrell, head coach. Former super athlete, Holly Pond and Wallace State University. Maybe I should say college.
Welty.
Welty star.
Another Hilly Harbison protege. West Point had cut it to 18. That bucket gets it up to 20 for Holly Pond. Here's Will Wren. It's good. You know, West Point is not going away. Much like Vinemont, they still got a little fight in them here.
They got those seniors. They know this is their last shot.
It's a 17-point game now. Just over 4 minutes to play in the ball game. That was 10. Basenberg shot no good for Holly Pond. Here comes West Point the other way. Wren pulls up for a deep three. It's no good. Holly Pond with the rebound. Here comes Basenberg. Back out to Bailey Smith. Got the youngsters in the game now. Of course, Bailey Smith starts, sophomore.
The 54 there, Jed Hardman.
Holly Pond posting up Landon Walker, and he draws the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Austin Smith gonna come back. Looks like West Point gonna bring their seniors back in, give them one last push. Got Blake Yearwood in the game. His dad, principal there at West Point, Heath Yearwood. He coached West Point to championship in 2005.
He did. And, you know, I thought it's always been a good I thought it was a great transition from Yearwood got the principal job and Randy stepped in as coach, and they worked very well together. And I saw West Point's program's been pretty strong since Randy's been the coach, as well as it was under Yearwood.
Randy played together, worked together for most of their lives.
They run a great program. You know, I think that's been the key for Holly Pond. As you look coming up, and you know, coaching JV and even watching their middle school and ninth grade, all their coaches are on the same page from all the way up.
Scott Brown got his team playing for a county championship tomorrow versus Holly Pond. I think they play at around 4 o'clock. I've told Scott Brown before that he's the Nick Saban of JV basketball. You find an opportunity to beat him, you've done something. And he don't lose championship games, but he's got his hands full with Holly Pond.
Here's Kobe Smith underneath. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line. West Point down 19. So Mitch Morris looking for his first county championship.
Kobe Smith got all county football award last night, running back at West Point.
Misses both free throws, and Holly Pond will go the other way.
You know, these West Point seniors had a great football season. They've had a great basketball season, and most of these kids that play baseball too.
They did win the coin flip, so they will host their area tournament.
Nice play there. Landon Walker.
Then West Point in a area with Lawrence County. They split in the regular season and won the toss. So I believe West Point's playing Fairview, I believe, in the first round of their area tournament. We've got a lot of local teams that got a shot to do some good things in the area tournaments.
You know, Ryan, we give the Joe Schultz Award boys tomorrow night, and you're looking at 2 of the finalists on the floor right now, and Austin Smith from Holly Pond and Ryder Jones at West Point. Both of them deserve it. I don't only want to win it, but, you know, that goes to a guy that's not just a good player, but great character on and off, great grades. You got to have a high GPA. Kids are impressive.
Now I serviced the work for Cook's Pest Control, and I serviced the Smith's house. They live in Phelan, and always great kid. Back in the summer when Austin and Bailey's home, they're always real nice and respectful. Austin will be out there mowing the yard.
Great boys.
They're it's good kids.
You'd say the same for Ryder. Ryder's mother won the Bill Shelton Award.
She did.
When she was a player.
Yeah, she could play. I think Ryder didn't have any choice but to be good.
I believe Regina won the first Bill Shelton Award, 1989.
Regina Bagwell.
Regina Bagwell.
Holly Pond now up 21, minute and a half to go.
Checking into the game for the Broncos, number 0, Toby.
Austin going to go out here in the final minute 30.
You know, you can even sense from the Holly Pond crowd, they're ready for Cold Springs.
Yeah, they're kind of sitting there waiting on them.
They've been waiting on that rematch. So they played twice during the regular season. They split.
Good to see Blake Yearwood get the shot there. You can see the knee brace. He's not got to play a lot this year with his injury, but
you know,
him being a senior, I know Heath's proud of him. And I hope he finished strong.
Yeah, he had a tough injury around Thanksgiving and had a hard time battling back. Three-point no good. Ryder still battling underneath, and it'll go out of bounds.
Levi Laney. See Levi a lot. He's friends with Trent Campbell, lives across the road from us.
Oh, bless his heart.
Always out in the yard playing ball, playing with Johnny Campbell. Johnny will introduce you to that knee if you're not careful.
I bet Trent's learned that trick too.
I wish Trent had played basketball his senior year. He decided to play tennis.
Warrior basket, number 25, Ryder Jones.
Ryder scores again underneath. We're at 30 seconds to go in the game. Holly Pond about to win it here.
Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, Ryan. Holly Pond, Cold Springs. Gonna be fun to watch.
Should be a good crowd. Great atmosphere.
You know, Super Bowl's right around the corner. Well, this is our Super Bowl.
It is. Number 1 versus number 1. Don't get any better than that.
No.
Playing for a county championship.
Tim Willoughby said it best at the county draw. You know, he says, hey, 1 point's the only thing that separated Holly Pond from being the 1 seed.
Yeah.
You know,
that'll do it. Holly Pond wins at 69-49. They will play Cold Springs tomorrow night for the county championship. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll go over this game and we'll preview a little bit of tomorrow night's game, Holly Pond and Cold Springs.
A restaurant with a view. A game day bus. A kingdom for pretty princesses. Your local country financial representative knows that your car is much more than just a car to you. And since they know you so well, you can be sure they'll guide you to just the right coverage and available discounts to keep your car and everything else that depends on it well protected. Country Financial. Grow your own way.
Country Financial, the Lee Powell Agency, for all your insurance needs. Call 256-734-3348.
Wallace State offers associate degree and certificate programs in Alabama's hottest job fields. Every year this decade, almost 3,800 new workers will enter these fields. Will you be one of them? Be one of us. Get in a Wallace state of mind. Almost $39,000. That's the mean annual wage for Alabamians trained as machinists and in computer-controlled machine operation. Wallace State has machining programs to fit your career ambitions. Be one of us and get in a Wallace state of mind.
All right, we're back here as we just saw Holly Pond defeat West Point 69-49. Coach Gee, give us a rundown of those stats.
West Point, the lead scorer, Ryder Jones, 19 points. Will Wren with 14 points. Bryant Farley with 7. Blake Yearwood came in, hit three-pointer at the end of the game, and Kobe Smith hit a couple of free throws. For Holly Pond, a lot of contributors, led by Austin Smith with 18, Drew Jones with 17, around 4 of those threes in the first quarter that buried West Point early.
Yeah.
12 points for Cody Jones, 5 for Bailey Smith, 4 for Nathan Duke, 8 for Landon Walker. 8 for Landon Walker, and then 2 for Matt Cahoon. And, you know, Holly Pond seemed to really put it in cruise control. And West Point made a couple of pushes, especially in that second and third quarter, but Holly Pond was able to extend it, got it to 30 at one point, and West Point battled back to get it to a 20-point game. But tomorrow night's championship game, 2 number 1 seeds. And the way I look at it, you got a number 1 team in 3A, number 1 team in 2A.
Pretty exciting. And like we said, it all dates back to last year in that county championship, which was an upset at the time. Cold Springs beating Holly Pond. But we see now that it was just the start of a new beginning for Cold Springs.
Beginning. You know, there'll be a lot of state fans here just in a couple of weeks watching the regionals. And, these two teams will probably be here again.
Yeah,
I imagine
they'll be here.
I don't know too many teams around that will be able to play with them.
You know, going back to last year, I remember Holly Pond come up and had a lead, and Tristan Chambers, Lane Rice started pulling up for deep threes and got Cold Springs back in it. And ended up just being a great game. But what do you expect to see tomorrow night? It's going to be Cold Springs wanting to kind of slow it down. Will he play his style against what Mitch Morris is going to want to do, which is push the ball and get the tempo going?
Well, we know Cold Springs loves a 2-3 zone matchup. That could give Holly Pond some trouble. Only because, we talked about West Point tried to play zone, Drew Jones lights them up for 3. And then when they go man-to-man, Austin Smith takes over. Well, you kind of got a combination of the two. When you got a matchup zone, you've got, guys can step out and defend the 3. They can also defend it inside, so that'll give them a little trouble. But, again, I say Holly Pond, their full-court defense is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And when they get it up here and they've got you pressured to the point where you're having a hard time getting it across half court. But, here's Cold Springs with Tristan Chambers.
Yeah.
It's hard to trap Tristan Chambers, Josh Smith, and now you're going to have Elliott spotted up. So I think we're going to see it very similar to what you saw last year. It's just this time Cold Springs happens to be the 1 seed.
Yep.
So Holly Pond's going to be in the green. They're going to be in the white. But I think you're going to see a lot like what we saw last year in the championship game.
I do too. We know Holly Pond, like we said a minute ago, is going to be hungry, wanting that county championship. Let's talk a little bit about the girls. Same matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Holly Pond, Cold Springs girls. You've seen them a few times this year. I've seen Holly Pond play a couple of times. I've seen Cold Springs play a couple of times. I've had their games. Cold Springs, they look pretty stout. Holly Pond, we know they like to, just like the boys like to get up and run, shoot the ball, and get up and down the court too. But tell us what to expect in that game.
As a coach, I'm going to give the credit to the coaches first.
Yeah.
I mean, Tammy West won state championships, been in Final Fours. She's a big game coach, and got a daughter playing for her this year, and I'm sure she'd like to win a championship with her. And you look at Coach Adams over at Holly Pond, same thing. Here he's been in the Final Four, played for state championship. He just happens to run into Lauderdale County, which nobody can beat. Here they've been undefeated the last few years. So, again, we're not just talking about teams that are strong in this county. These are strong state teams that both of them should make it back here in the regionals. Both of them will probably make it Final Four in Birmingham. I mean, that we're not talking about, like I said, a lot of counties have county championship games. We have like regional championships. We have teams that are legitimate Final Four teams, and legitimate because they've been there. Both teams have been there recently. So it's going to be a big-time matchup. People need to come watch it and need to fill this place up.
Yeah, like you said, 2 great coaches, Drew Adams and Scott Adams. Drew Adams is the son. Mm-hmm. He's going to be a good coach too. But Scott Adams matching up against Tammy West, that's a great matchup.
Meg Gambrell versus Bailey West. I mean, there's a lot of – we keep throwing it out there, but it's high-quality basketball.
Should be a fun night. TV 27 will be here again to cover it. I'm Ryan Key. This is Coach Philip Key. Thank y'all so much. Hope y'all enjoyed it. We'll see you tomorrow night.